Hello and welcome to my first, Redstone tutorial. This video I'm going to be going over the basics of Redstone really. I'm going to bits and pieces of what Redstone is, how to obtain it, and what the different kind of inputs you can use into Redstone. Now, Redstone is a block, or ore block, as you've got here, which you find in the world. So if I just put some down here, I've cheated some in through creative mode. The wonderful world of creative. And these ore blocks spawn in the bottom 16 layers of the Minecraft world, so you have to go really deep down to find it. And these are obtainable by using a pick, but not any old pick. If I use a stone pick, it won't work. They'll illuminate, as you can see here, some particle effects going off when you hit them, and even if you walk on them, they'll show up as well. But I can't obtain them. That's because you need a pick of a iron level or higher. So when I mine this, you'll get a drop between 1 and I think it's 4 or 5 redstone dust, and this is the result of mining a redstone ore block. And there you go, we got some dust. And what you can do with this is you can use it in recipes. So if we come over here and click U, you can use it in making a block of redstone. You can use it in making a redstone lamp, and there's loads of different materials that do require redstone. You can use it in brewing and a few bits and pieces like that. Now, redstone is magnetic, and it also is a conductor, so you can actually use it as a piece of wiring, more or less. So if we use a bit of wire like so, you will see that if I put a lever here, which is an input device, and turn it on, you'll actually turn this wire conductive and turn it all on, as you can just see here. Now you may notice that after a bit of time, if I go all the way, redstone, the way redstone works is you can transmit a signal from an input device 15 blocks without having to use another item called a repeater, and after that you've got to use this repeater to extend the signal some more. So you can see here, this block's not lit up, and if I put the door there, put it like here, you can tell that this signal is actually not affecting the door, as you can see. But if I actually move this bit closer and put it here, what you should see is that door opens. As you can see, the door opened in the background there, open, closed. So that is redstone for you. Now redstone, you can put it on, I have some dirt here, I have some cobblestone I can use. So you can send redstone if you're thinking, well, that's on a flat surface. You can actually go on blocks of 1 high. So if I do this, it will go up a vertical 1 block, but it will not go any higher than that. So if I actually just get this for a minute, break this block. Oh, didn't want to do that. Come back here, you. Put cobblestone like that. You can see these will not connect just for the fact of the way it works. So as you can see here, these will not connect, the wires will not actually send a signal through. And that's because that's the way redstone works. Now there's some advanced ways to be able to get redstone to travel up a vertical path, but I will not show them in this one because this is just the basics. And there's different items that you can have for outputs. So you've got here, there is a piston. You put another one on this side, you get your torch. In Minecraft you have different ways of inputting a signal to a redstone. There is different types. You've got switches, you've got buttons, pressure plates, traps, you've got capacitors, you've got daylight sensors, and you've got different ones. Now I'm going to be covering these 3 here, which is the switches. The right click active will only go on for a few seconds, and then you get your pressure plate, which is by ever a mob walking on them a specific area. So switches. Switches is what you would call, you think of a light switch. If I've got a torch here, think of the recipe, it's just a stick and some cobblestone. You can put that on either a floor or a wall, and right click to turn it on, and it will always supply power, as you can see here. Power's on and power's off. So these are what you call switches, well I would call switch, as power will always be on until you switch it back off. So there you go, off, and like I said, you can put it on the wall as well, you can do that. That is basically a lever for you. Now buttons on the other hand are slightly different. They work on a tick mechanism. So if I right click, they will activate for a short pulse and then turn off. So you can see here, boom, turns on, light goes on, turns off. Now buttons are created by just a piece of stone in a crafting table, and wooden buttons are created with wooden planks in a crafting table as well. Now, as you can see, I've got a wooden button all the way over there. You're thinking, well, that's a bit far away. Why would I do that? Well, I'll show you. We come over here, and I fire an arrow. Boom. If I hit this correctly. Nope. God, I've got worst aim ever. There we go. You can see that that arrow has stuck into the button, or more or less, Minecraft hitbox for you, and turned on that lamp. So that is the difference between a stone button and a wooden button. Wooden buttons allow you to fire arrows into them, and they stick into the object, and they will actually turn on the redstone signal, which you can see here, and turn this lamp on. Now, these arrows will either disappear over a 5-minute period if you don't pick them up, or if you go over to them, pick them up, the button will basically unlock itself, and it will turn off the signal. And these wooden buttons can still be activated with right clicking on them. So these have two mechanisms. Now I'm just going to turn these to dawn here. So buttons have wooden buttons have two different kinds of way of inputting, getting them to work. And again, wooden buttons can only be placed on the wall, so you can't place them on the floor. If I grab the wooden button here and try to place it on the floor, it won't let me. It only lets you place them on a wall, as you can see here, or what you could say a vertical surface. Put that away, and stick all these away because we don't need them anymore. Right, so the next bit we're going to cover is player, mob and item detection, the inputs. Now these are pressure plates. As you can see, we've got 4 pressure plates and we've got 1 tripwire. Now pressure plates, if we go into here, these are created by if it's a wooden one, 2 wooden planks, stone one, 2 stone, a weighted pressure plate light, which is 2 gold, and a weighted pressure plate heavy, which is 2 iron. And a tripwire is slightly different. Tripwire is created by, oh my god, I still need to press enter, piece of iron, a stick, and basically any wooden plank, and you get 2 tripwire hooks. And you also need string to set this off. So let's get in here, shall we? So a wooden door you can just open by right clicking, no problem, I can get straight in. Now, this is where we're going to have a bit of fun. Wooden pressure plate is going to work the exact same way as a wooden button. So we can walk on it like so, and it will open. So we could walk straight through, but there's also a second way this works, and that is by throwing a piece of dirt or any kind of block in there, and that will open the door, which is great. And then as soon as you take it off or it despawns, it will close the door again. So that's a cool way you can actually do some different kind of stuff. So you will see some adventure maps where they say chuck in here and it will activate the redstone signal for you. Okay, so we'll walk through and we'll go into the next part. Now this is again the same as the stone button, as you can walk on it and open the door. It detects the player or a mob or an NPC or anything like that. So hostile mobs can activate these pressure plates. But one thing you can't do is chuck a bit of dirt or any kind of item on there and it will open the door. It will not. See, it's not working. There's a pressure plate there, and the redstone signal, if I just look in here, is still off. Still brave for this door some more. You can see the redstone signal did not turn on. Go back through here, open this up, grab this piece of dirt, right, and then we'll go through we go. So that is a stone pressure plate. Aha, now this is where it gets very interesting. We have got, oh god, I have some redstone. Oh, I broke it. That's why I had the extra redstone in my pack. I was just testing these all out beforehand, so we get a bit of redstone, we'll do that. Now, the gold lightweight pressure plate and the iron heavyweight pressure plate will not get activated by any mob walking on them at all. As you can see, I'm walking on them, I'm jumping on them, or more or less to a degree without banging my head, and I can't activate these. But if we use some items, you will actually see the difference. So if I stand here and chuck a piece of dirt on, you can see that one item has activated one block. It's basically on one block in activation, so you can see it sent a signal 1 block. Now if I send another one on, okay, no change. Send another one on, no, okay. Ah, okay, so that works out kind of cool. So 5 items sends a gold pressure plate, sends a signal 2 blocks, as you can see here. So now I can walk through this door and get through. Handy dandy fine. But that's not what we want to do. We want to test out now the iron one. And the iron one works, that's a heavy one. So what do you think that means? Well, if we chuck one on, it activates 1 block. Chuck some more on, it's not working, what's going on here? Okay, let's keep chucking. It will activate at some point. Oh god, how long is this going to take? Ah, there we go. So I took about, what, a good 44 blocks on there, or items, for that to actually send the block 2 signal. So it takes about, I think, more or less like 5 times more items to activate the same distance from a gold to an iron. So that's something to keep in mind. So if you have, you want, say you're in an adventure map, you want a player to get a certain number of items, you can actually use that to your advantage by saying, hey, throw so many items in here, and then you can, the way it works out, and then opens the pressure plate. And there we go. Take it off again, and we can get through. So if I just put in, just do that. There we go. And then again, break this, and there we go. We can't get back through now. Oh no, we're trapped. Okay. So we're in this room. Let's walk this way, shall we? Ow! Ow! Oh. I'm just getting really hit here. So you can see here, from that little trip there, there is a... Ow, stop hitting me. If I do that. There we go. That's better. As you can see, there is tripwires that side and there. I didn't really cover this part, just forgot about that. And tripwires work on the same mechanic as pressure plates, but they're more similar to wooden ones. So you can either activate them with an item, as I did here, by chucking it on. So if I take this way and just do that, it will activate it. And they work the exact same way as pressure plates, as will not deactivate again until you've either you've walked off it, or you've taken the item that's on it off. So if I go here, it's still not active, but as soon as I jump up, it will actually, well, deactive again and activate. So there we go, we're on, it's not shooting us, and we can walk off, handy dandy fine. So that is the third one of the inputs. Now I will be covering how the next lot work, but I'm just going to try and keep these tutorials as short as possible. So I just did the tripwire as the redstone signal, going from this tripwire block here, sending it around into the back of these dispensers which fire arrows at you, and trying to hide in them as best I could. But this is vanilla Minecraft, so it's not as easy. So these are the 3 ones I've covered. I've covered the switch, the right click active, and the player mob item detection. The next one I'm going to cover, next episode, is the item detection, the daylight detection, and the constant, and there's a few more as well, but I'll get down into that a bit later on. So thanks for watching, guys. Please rate, subscribe, comment as always. If you've liked the tutorials, then please let me know. If I've said something wrong or anything like that, well then leave a comment below and I'll get back to you in next episode, or whenever I read the comment or when it's put, I'll put it in my video next time round, saying, or recapping over what I've done wrong if I have. But yeah, until then guys, I'll catch you later. So bye.